does feel like the same message over and over and over again, but it's like, how many ways can you say the same thing? And yet, I like that they show me in all these different ways where it's like, it's law of attraction or karma or universal laws or however you really want to say it. It all boils down to more or less the same thing. And they just showed it like, I call unconditional love the highest vibration of all, source, Allah, God, whatever word you want to use, but it's like the utmost authority, the final say-so, the one who's in charge. Because there's a lot of things that we can't always explain or we don't understand, which is a good thing. These are lessons for us to learn. We're not supposed to know it all or understand it all, and none of us are God, so none of us are going to get it all. And so it's kind of like he gives us the basic rules. If we can follow them, we go about our merry way. And when we can't follow them, that's when we get a smack. And the smack will continue to get harder and louder until you can understand. It's like, what don't you get? And they were showing it's like that idea where some people, it's like they start to get it, right? They start to get law of attraction, or they start to get the rules, or they start to get how to play the game, or however you want to say it. And then they get overly excited, right? And then they start to, you just have to bear with me. I'm just going to speak freely how they were showing it but it's like they start to gobble up all this power and they start to get like greedy and excited and like ahead of themselves, more or less. And they started to like foam at the mouth. And the way they were showing it, it's what I would call somebody who has like a God complex. They got confused. They got real confused on who's really in charge. And it is exciting when we learn the rules and how we can create the life we want from those rules. Yet it's like you still have a lot of basic rules that you need to follow. The number one rule being, do unto others how you want done unto yourself. And it's somewhere like along those lines where people, it's like a slippery slope. It's because they're gobbling up so much power. They're gobbling up so much. It's not confidence, it's arrogance, right? It's like they're getting ahead of themselves. They're like, oh my God, look at me. Like they get themselves so, it's like obnoxious with power or knowing or understanding that they forget who's in charge and they forget how to utilize their power. So then they do start to get just greedy with it, right? Like they get selfish and greedy, but because people use selfish in a good way and in a bad way. We've talked about that in depth. But I'm talking about it in a way where they could care less about others they're interacting with. In that, they will out and out harm them. They'll knock them out of the way to get to where they're going. That's what I mean. It's like intentionally harming others to get what they want. That's not okay, and that will catch up with you. But they get so greedy. It's like the way they show it, it's like they get rabies. They start to foam at the mouth, and it's like they're beside themselves. It's the best way I can verbalize it. It's like they can't, I don't know how else to say it. It's like they can't get a hold of themselves. It's like they're drunk. They're drunk with power. They're drunk with like all this. And because it's not always instant karma, and it's not always from the same source, almost never usually, it's like they're playing themselves. They're tricking themselves. Like, oh my God, I can't get away with it. Oh my God. And it's like, look, you can have anything you want. Like, you don't have to go about it in a nasty way. Don't go about it, because going about it in a nasty way, harming others, intentionally pushing others out of the way, means that you still have the mentality of lack. You still have the mentality that there's only so much out there available, and you have to knock so-and-so out of the way to get your piece of the pie. So do you hear how that's still like a lack mentality? That's a limited amount. It's like, it's more, they're showing us more than that. What is it? Okay, so not only do they believe that, but there's more to it. I'm not sure how to verbalize that. Okay, so not only are they greedy, but they want to have the most. So not only do they want to have it all but they want to have more than everybody else. Like, it angers them to think that there's an abundance and plenty for all. Well, that's just stupid. Maybe I'm missing it here. No, like they're angry. It's weird because they have an obscene amount, but they're greedy, they're foaming at the mouth, they cannot get a hold of themselves, and they're filled with anger. And so what is this? I mean, this is the idea of you can create the life you want. You can get what you want from that greedy, hungry state, that lack mentality, all of that. But that's operating, it's like on faulty foundation, faulty mind, faulty understanding. It's like cheating. It's the wrong way. It's, I think you can understand. They're trying to get me to say something else, but I'm not sure what. Because they're saying it's not a moral thing. It's not a right and wrong. It's not about that. But it's they know it's wrong. They know they're harming another. They know they're pushing somebody else out of the way to get what they want. So they're going against themselves, and they're lying to themselves, and they're harming another. So because they're operating out of anger and jealousy and lack and a false illusion. They're operating out of a lie that there's only so much, and they don't want somebody else to get what they want or more of what they want. Oh, God. Can we get off this scene? What's the... yes, it's the point of, like, those are the people. Oh, remember the story they were taking me to? I don't know if I recently recorded one about, they're all essentially saying the same thing, but it is that idea where it was like Nebuchadnezzar got knocked down for 7 years until he could recognize this was not because of him. He was blessed, and we can all be blessed, but it can all be taken away in a second too. Don't get it confused. Don't get yourself confused. Don't think that you're in charge of it all. Don't think you know it all. Don't think you're God. Don't get that confused. It's like God's unconditional. It's not a moral thing. It's not a right or wrong in a morality sense. It's a right or wrong in are you honoring yourself, and are you staying in your alignment? And you know in your core the number one rule, do unto others as you want done unto you. So it's like you go against that rule. It's like you're lying to yourself. You're harming others. Like it's like you're the one getting yourself out of whack. So hopefully you could hear it. I feel like we're circling now the same thing. Maybe they're saying it around and around we go. That's why all the stories are the same. It's like you either learn the lesson or you don't. You learn that lesson or you keep going back in that cycle. You respect and understand that there is unconditional love above all, or you don't. And you get, it's back to this idea. It's like, I want to say God doesn't care. Like, never mind, right? Like, it's his never mind. But it's like in the sense that it's not a moral thing. I think that's where we get confused a lot with religions, right? And we've gotten ourselves so twisted and tangled that we have forgotten up from down, right from wrong. But we know that core basic. We know it. And so it's like, that's why it's like the one rule you got to follow. And it can help simplify things. And then, once you can get that, back in alignment, it's like then you can start to clear out all the other clutter and all the other bullshit and all the other strings and ties and lies and stories and beliefs that you've held. You can unravel them all and see them clearly and see that they were they were implanted, generation after generation after generation. And they don't feel good. They're not true for you. And so it's, in any case, it's like some people will continually be tangled up. And then they untangle, but only to get, it's that idea of like greedy again because they didn't learn. So then they keep having towers or they keep falling. And it's like, well, yes, until you can, it's like respect that understanding. Yeah. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.